Hey, it's Steph. I am on my second day of driving for Lyft. So yesterday, I feel like I learned a couple of things. One being I spent quite a bit of money in gas. So I'm gonna see if maybe I can do a little better with that today. I'm thinking that I probably shouldn't drive around while I'm waiting to get a ride. Maybe that's a bad idea. I'm gonna see if I can't kind of just sit in one place and maybe that'll help me save on gas a little bit. I also think that I took a lot of breaks yesterday, so I'm going to try to limit myself there. I'm not going to drive for nearly as long today as I did yesterday. At least I don't think I am. I suppose if I'm really, in the mood, I might just keep going. It's about 6:30 now. I'm getting ready to turn the app on and try to get my first ride. I'm thinking I'll probably stop by 11:30. I was doing some math. I have to meet 135 rides to hit my guarantee through Lyft, which, by the way, if you're signing up for Lyft or Uber, please do use my referral code in the description. It'll help you get either a guarantee or a sign-on bonus. But anyways, I have about 7 rides to do per day that I drive in order to meet my guarantee for about a month. So not working, that's only saying that I drive 4 days a week. So that should be completely doable. I'm at least going to make sure that I hit 7 rides today. I did 14 yesterday. I'm sitting here on a full tank of gas. I'm gonna fill up at the end and we shall see how everything goes. I'll check back in a bit. I have been driving for about 3 hours now. According to my app, it says I've been logged in for 2 hours and 41 minutes. I don't really think that I've had the app off for that long, so I don't understand what's happening there. I've done 8 rides. I've only gotten 1 tip so far, which seems drastically different from yesterday. I did notice that a lot of my tips yesterday came in later during the night, so maybe there's still some hope there. I'm currently sitting at $49.80 for my 3 hours of work. I just stopped for a quick break to get some food and go to the bathroom, and I'm gonna hop back to it pretty quick here so I can keep those breaks in check tonight. I will say I haven't done a lot of driving. My rides have been back to back, so I haven't been like trying to drive to another location to get a ride. I really haven't had to do any waiting. Anyways, I guess that's not true. There was one point where I drove about 10 minutes outside of the center of Denver, and it was prime time in the middle of Denver. So I decided to give it a shot and head back towards Denver under prime time, and I used my destination mode under the Lyft app to try to get me there. I didn't get any rides on the way, and as soon as I got to that area, which took a little under 10 minutes, I think, the prime time was over. So I probably won't do that again. That was maybe a bad idea. I think I've heard before that if you do try to head towards the prime areas, the peak areas, that you should turn your driver app off. And that kind of makes sense to me, because I guess if there are plenty of drivers in the area, then, the rate's not going to be higher. So that's about all I have for now. I will let you know what's happening later. Hey there. So I didn't end up checking back in after day 2 of driving. I was honestly a little frustrated, and I really just wanted to get home and go to bed. So I ended up driving for 5.5 hours my second day, and I made $91.68 through the app, and I spent $19.77 in gas. Now, after subtracting my gas from my wages, I made a total of $13.07 an hour. So clearly not getting rich driving Lyft. I am not incredibly happy with that number, but I'll be curious to see after driving for 40 hours or a week what my hourly rate is going to average out to be. So I was logged into the app for a total of 4.5 hours, and I only spent a half hour taking a break and actually logged out of the app. So I felt like that was pretty good, because I really did need to work on my brakes. There were a couple things that happened that I thought were learning experiences. One being I had a request for a shared ride, and as soon as the girl got in my car, she said we needed to take a detour. And my immediate reaction was that I couldn't do that because if I was somewhere where I shouldn't be and I got a request for another passenger on the shared ride, then that probably wouldn't be too good. I actually did end up taking the detour that she wanted. It was in the neighborhood. It was like a minute and a half away. She wanted to pick up a friend before going to her destination. So I'm kind of thinking that she thought shared ride meant she could pick up a friend, which next time I think I'll just decline that, make her go by the book, or maybe even cancel the ride and get a ride on her own. I was driving on a Saturday night and I ended up downtown Denver, but then I kept getting rides to the suburbs, which I think is kind of unlucky. So there was one point where I was aware there was a very big basketball game downtown Denver, and I decided to go ahead and try to get the prime time increased rate. And so what I did was I turned my driver app off and I navigated to the area that was in prime time, and I turned my app back on, and I actually did end up getting a ride at a 75% rate increase, which with as far as he was going, that ended up only being like an extra $7. So I don't really know if it was worth it. I did drive, I think, like 15 minutes from where I was to get to the prime time area. And I've heard that you really shouldn't do that. And I don't know, at this point, I think I'm kind of just playing around and seeing what works. We'll see about that. I probably won't continue to do that. But all in all, like, I can't say that I'm super thrilled with the amount of money that I'm making through Lyft. You know, maybe that will increase some once I get a little experience. Maybe I can work on that. I think my tips specifically on the second day of driving were significantly less than my first day. I had mentioned on my first day that I kind of thought it was maybe a fluke, and I think that it was. I do think that maybe I wasn't as cheery on my second day because, let's face it, driving around for an extended period of time and sitting in a car isn't necessarily the most fun thing to do. So I think I need to work on my demeanor a little bit, and maybe that will help with tips. If you are planning to sign up for Lyft or Uber, please do use my referral code in the bottom. If you found any value in this video, please do hit that like button and subscribe for more videos like this. Thanks.